What up guys, Bruja here, and today I am back to show you guys how to make a reversal oil. So I'm going to assume that you guys have heard of reversal spells or any sort of reversal magic that can deflect negative energy away from you. Like if someone is out to get you or sending negative energy to you because they just hate your guts that much and they're constantly wishing something bad would happen to you, or you would have health problems, you could lose your money. It can be all of the above, not just those things that I named off. It can be more than that. So this oil is something that I'm going to make for people who don't really have time to gather herbs and make a full lengthy spell work for when they do want to do this reversal spell. This oil is going to be one of those things that you anoint a candle with, like this, red or black. Sometimes people use both. And you can buy them as a red and black candle. When that time comes, I'll show you how I do my reversal spell in general. But right now, I want to show you guys how to make this reversal oil. It have protection properties in it from spices and herbs. I'm going to be using cayenne pepper in it. You can use hot foot powder if you want this to be stronger. So just leaving it out there. And pepper is in hot foot powder, hence the red. You can use that instead of cayenne pepper. If all you have is cayenne pepper in your pantry, then go grab that. This is one of those oils that you can make with, herbs and spices that you have on hand, and any sort of little tiny compact mirror that you want to annihilate will be useful for this spell as well. Anything that has a reflection that you can see your reflection in, so some sort of broken bottle, glass, or something like that that you can clearly see yourself in would be ideal for this working, because you want to reflect that energy back to that person. But you want to leave this oil in a neutral zone, so charge it with the negative intents. I know that sounds shitty as is, but it is what it is. I'm not afraid to hex and curse people. So those of you who do not care to practice any sort of darker, gray zone magic, or you're just strictly Wiccan based, you believe in that threefold law, this might not be for you. But then again, I know there's plenty of Wiccans out there who would do reversal magics like sour jars, things along those lines to get someone away from them. Banishing magic is not bad. If somebody is harming you, literally trying to hurt you and cause you suffering and trying to ruin your life, you have every right to remove that person. You don't have to kill them. Remove doesn't mean they have to die. So get your head out of your ass and read between the fucking lines. Quit being fucking afraid to own your power. That is what witchcraft is about, owning your fucking power. So this is what we're gonna do, because this motherfucker is bothering me. Plans to use this for a reversal spell later on, but right now is a good time to do it. So if you want to do this magic, I suggest performing this on a last quarter moon or a waning moon phase, because you want this removal, that 50-50 stagnant energy, because someone is sending it to you, and then you want to remove that energy and have it go back through the cycle to throw back at them. So I'm sorry if it wasn't perfectly clear, but there is a comment section where you can email me. So all the things I'm using you can find around here. I am empowering this with a lot of negative, hostile, chaotic energy, because I feel like this person deserves it. They're highly manipulative, and this has been going on for too long, and they need to get theirs finally. A red and black candle. The red candle represents fire, because I want their world to be fiery and out of control. And I'm going to be using a black skull candle, because I want to dominate this person's world, their mind. I want them to feel like they are out of control, and everything they try to do is going to be fucked. Now, like I said, this oil is going to be neutral, so it's not for just one person. But typically, if I'm going to use this oil, I want it to be as harsh as I possibly can have it reflected back onto whoever is bothering us. And when I say us, I mean myself and my partner, or if I have to do this for a friend, then I want it to be neutral and versatile in that sense. I try to explain that many different ways, some of which may have made sense or it may not have made sense at all. So if you want me to clear things up, please comment. So anyways, I'm going to start. For this oil, you guys are going to need some dragon's blood incense to enhance your working. Dragon's blood is a neutral scent to have. You can have it when you're hexing or cleansing a room, it doesn't matter. And you're going to need 3 garlic cloves, 3 pieces of a shattered mirror or some glass that you can see a reflection in clearly, 3 cloves, and also you're going to need a bottle to put everything in. You'll also need some olive oil, which I did not show here, but later in the video you will see it because you need to place all of this into a liquid that is a neutral conductor. And you'll need some cayenne powder, a red candle, 3 bay leaves written with ill intent on them to reflect back to the sender, and some black salt. I'm using my own black salt, the one that I have in our shop, BrujadeMarigoldManor, if you guys would like to check that out. And you'll need a black skull candle, or a black candle in general will do. So as I got into this working right away, I realized that I did not click start when I was recording. So I have already added the black salt here to repel any sort of hexes or the evil eye, and also to protect myself while I'm reflecting this energy back. And I have already added the 3 cloves. And I add these things in one by one, and I say aloud the properties that I want to enhance in this oil. Next up, I am adding the cayenne pepper, and I am adding this to blast their world. I want it to be inflamed, on fire. Everything they do goes wrong, and that's what this is going to enhance. Note that you can use hot foot powder, and that also has some added ingredients that will set their world on fire and make them uncomfortable in everything that they do. Next ingredient is garlic. I used the whole clove and the skin because the skin is the protection layer which you will need for yourself, and the garlic itself is a great hex repeller and also repels the evil eye. As you can see here, I am adding the cloves of garlic in one by one. With each clove of garlic, I enhance certain properties that I want from them. The first one is I am protected from harm, and you want to say it this way because you want it to be already stated as you're already protected. You have to believe these things in order to conceive these things. This is part of law of attraction. And the next one is I am clear of the evil eye, and etc. and etc. You can make these up as you go, but make sure you say it in a way that it already is. Next, we have the 3 broken pieces of mirror. You can add these in one by one, stating things aloud, such as, this piece of mirror, I reflect all ill intent back to the sender. With this piece of mirror, I expose the sender for who they really are. You can keep going along the lines as what I just demonstrated. You want to say this as if this person was already exposed, like everyone has already seen their true colors and they are turning against them. Now that I did that, I am going to meditate over this and place some visual intent into this working, into this oil. I'm trying to place in as much visualization with these mirror pieces as possible because they represent their true reflection, and you want everyone to see who this person really is. Next up, we're going to be grabbing the bay leaves and adding them in one by one. I'm going to be placing in extra intent after I add each one because I want to enhance this as much as possible. The first one I grabbed is financial loss, because let's be real, financial loss is devastating. We live in a material world where being financially stable is one of the most troublesome and hardest things to achieve in this life. Next up are health issues. because what can break the bank even better are some really severe health issues. And a lot of people tend to abandon their health because of their jobs. You don't think twice about that, and I feel like this would be one of the best things to add into one of these oils is some health issues. Lastly, the last bay leaf that says everyone hates you, which is eventually is what is going to happen to this person. Everyone is going to see them for their true colors, their true manipulating nature, and everyone is going to hate them. Now, the final ingredient, which is spit. You can also use blood if you wish, which is the most dominating liquid inside your body, but I feel that my spit is good enough to bring this motherfucker down. So, and I feel like it would be good enough to bring down most motherfuckers, because I feel my energy is that strong. So if you spit into your working or use any sort of personal body fluid, you can enhance your working more towards a dominating effect. So if this person's already struggling with all that negative energy being returned upon them, you can dominate their world by doing this. You can literally engulf and entrap them in their own misery. Now I'm going to add the black skull candle on top. I did engrave a few things onto the skull itself because I want this to be on the cranium. So whatever they try to do to build themselves up, it's going to tear them right back down. So everything that I wrote on those bay leaves, I also engraved onto the skull. And you can put the red wax on there like I just did not too long ago before I started enchanting this. And that will signify that their whole world is on fire and they are losing control, mental control, which is everything in this world. That's what gets you far in life. So let's run that for them. After that last step, you're going to chant your incantation 3 times. Ill intent, which has been reversed, the sender shall now experience 3 times worse. Your working should look something like this, and you're going to let that red candle burn all the way down, and you're going to let that skull candle burn on top of your oil. I placed a piece of obsidian there that is really good for absorbing negative energy and deflecting it back. But that is an optional thing to do. You do not have to do that, or you can find other crystals to enhance this as well. That's how you make the reversal oil. It's a neutral oil. Use this on anybody at any given time. So bust out all your candles and whatever else you think you will need for your reversal spell, and then this oil will be everything else. You don't need to use herbs or anything. This oil should be enough to reverse that magic back, to reverse that evil eye back, that hex back, that negative energy that that person's sending to you. Or if you need to work multiple workings at once, then get a candle and anoint each one with this oil. My oil, unlike some other people's, has a domination aspect to it, and it also has protection for you and to help get rid of the evil eye and any sort of hex. There's other things that you can add to it too if you would actually prefer to hex somebody. This is not just a reversal for me. This is a cross version, I would say, because at the same time, I want them to feel like they are trapped in their own demise. So I wanted this to be more dominating than just a simple reversal energy oil. So those of you who do not want to cause more harm to the person who is sending you negative intent, then that's up to you. But I feel like they deserve what they've done to me and then some. So, and I don't want them to be able to weasel their way out of it, especially if they're very good at talking their way out of something or manipulating the situation, which in this case, for the person that I will be working it against, they will be. If you have any questions about this video, you can also purchase the Bruja's black salt in the shop. This is what it looks like. I'll be adding some more things eventually. I'm just going through a rough patch. Broke his leg when it snowed really bad here, so I've been pretty busy. He is back to using his leg once again, so I mean he doesn't have full full range or function of it quite yet, but he's trying. I've been pretty worn out, pretty stressed out lately, so I haven't done any videos, and I would love to be doing more videos. I would love to be doing more things at my altar in general. I've been so busy, so stressed that I haven't been able to do a whole lot, and a whole lot of negative circumstances have been backing up, piling up on us during this time. We've been going through some shit right now, and it's about to stop because I'm done being idle about it. Things are gonna change, and I'm gonna make them change. If you guys did not completely understand what I did here in this spell work, please feel free to leave comments on it. This skull candle represents the mind, body, and soul of whoever you're going to manipulate. I made this candle neutral. Black is neutral until energized and empowered as such to manipulate whichever circumstance or being. But I wanted it to represent a person because typically, more often than not, the things that will be causing you the most problems are going to be other people, not from another realm. It's going to be from this one. So this represents any sort of person that is trying to come at me or whoever I'm going to be working this magic for, okay? And that's why I also spit in there, because that is part of the domination. You can use a drop of blood if you would like, but I chose not to. But if you use blood is very powerful. It's the most dominating liquid substance in your body that you can use. But I feel like the spit was strong enough, and I dripped the red wax on top of the skull to signify that their world is on fire and there's chaos going on in their mind. You don't have to do that. That was just an extra measure. That was just something I was feeling at the time that I know would work quite well with this working. Hence, the candle is red, represents a fire. So if you're performing this, you can perform this on a Tuesday if you do not care about moon phases. If you don't care about the moon phases, perform it on a Tuesday. If you prefer to correlate it with planets, because that's the planet Mars. And Mars represents war, to cause war, havoc upon someone. They represent other things as well, but that aspect I like to utilize in this sort of magic. There's other words that I do say when I am blessing this. I do not just say the incantation. I speak the words of how much turmoil I want this person's world to be in. And when I'm dropping those items in, one by one, that you see me stall, and I have everything in threes because I want this magic to return to them threefold. I want them to be miserable. Anything that you feel like they have done to you, you can say that for each little item, each 3 items that you put in there. Like the garlics were in 3s, the cloves were in 3s, and the mirror pieces were in 3s. Drop those in one by one. Same with bay leaves. I already have things written on there. You can say those things aloud towards the neutral person that you're trying to project that to. You can say other things as you go, which is what I did. Every time I inserted a bay leaf, like everyone hates you, everyone found out who you really are, you were exposed and you can no longer hide anymore. Things like that. Same with the health issues. Prolong that. Think of other aspects to insert as far as those health issues. And same with the financial losses. If you're broke, your health issues are causing you financial loss would be a good one, because then it all links together. Get crafty about it. You want to add as many specifics in their turmoil as much as you can. Okay? So, like I said earlier, leave comments if you guys have any questions, and you can email me at onefitbruja@outlook.com. It should be linked in my little YouTube tab section. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I know I haven't been posting as much as I used to. I'm working on it. I'll get better, I promise. It'll get better. I'm not going to be like 50 one day and be like, oh, I got all the time in the world to post now because I don't work a full-time job. No. There's things that are going on, but things are slowly getting better, and I'm about to get rid of this bullshit that's been bothering us for a while. All right, guys. Until next time, I will see all you lovely little brujitas later.